The invisible network. What happens if the internet goes dark? Right now, as you are watching this video, about 5 billion people worldwide are connected to the internet. If your phone's internet suddenly drops, you'd probably think it will come back in a few minutes. But an hour later, you realize it's not just your problem. It's a global problem, and the entire world has gone dead silent. No WhatsApp, no Google, no digital payments, no banking, just an eerie silence. Today, we will dive into who actually controls this invisible network and where the internet really comes from. Is it from satellites or from a hidden world beneath the ocean? And what would actually happen if your country's internet was completely cut off one day? After watching this, you will never look at the internet the same way again. The myth of satellites and the reality of the ocean floor. People often think the internet comes from satellites like signals or just floating around in space and beaming directly to your phone. But that couldn't be further from the truth. 90 to 95% of the global internet travels beneath the ocean. Yes, you heard that right. The internet you use every day doesn't come from space. It comes from the ocean floor through what we call submarine cables. These aren't your standard copper wires. They are super advanced fiber optic cables that transmit data in the form of light signals at almost the speed of light. These cables physically connect continents, linking India to Europe, the USA to Asia, and Africa to the Middle East. Imagine, you are sitting in a coffee shop, sending a message to a friend across the globe. That signal travels through local land networks, reaches a coastal station, plunges deep into the ocean, and travels thousands of miles to another continent, all in a matter of milliseconds. When you hit send, your message literally travels across the ocean floor. This massive infrastructure is so well hidden that most people don't even know it exists. The very thing connecting the world is hidden from the world itself. It's light, not electricity. Here is something crucial to understand. The internet is not electricity. The internet travels in the form of light. When you send a text, it isn't an electrical current. It's a beam of light. The technology powering this is fiber optics. Inside these submarine cables, there aren't thick metal wires, but ultra-thin glass fibers, thinner than a single strand of human hair. Laser light continuously bounces through these fibers. It doesn't travel in a perfectly straight line. It rapidly reflects off the inner walls, traveling thousands of miles in a flash. Every time you blink, a piece of data goes by. Your messages, videos, and voice notes are all converted into light signals. These signals travel so fast that they cross continents in milliseconds. You think it's instant, but in reality, your data is racing down an invisible highway at the speed of light, so silently that you never even realize it just crossed an entire ocean. The hidden world down below. Beneath the ocean exists a world you can neither see nor feel, yet you use it every single day, spanning thousands of miles across the dark, freezing ocean floor. These massive submarine cables tie the continents together. Because the data has to travel such incredibly long distances, repeaters are installed at regular intervals. These small devices boost the signals so the light doesn't fade and the data keeps flowing. You might picture the deep ocean as freezing, highly pressurized, and dead silent, and you'd be right. Amidst that absolute silence, data flows non-stop without any noise or traffic, just light signals, keeping the world connected. If these physical cables didn't exist, your wireless internet simply wouldn't exist either. The MAREA cable, an unfathomable capacity. The cables at the bottom of the ocean aren't just random wires. Some of them are massive arteries carrying the weight of the global internet. One of the most powerful is the MAREA cable, stretching over 4,000 miles, 6,600 kilometers. It crosses the Atlantic to directly connect the USA with Europe. But its true power lies in its capacity. This cable can carry so much data that normal units of measurement don't even apply. We are talking about petabytes of data, millions of videos, billions of messages, and endless data streams flow through it simultaneously. And it's not just one cable. There are dozens of these high-capacity cables forming the global internet. The threats: anchors, earthquakes, and sharks. Because of how it is laid out, the internet is vulnerable. Shallow waters. Ship anchors are a massive threat. A heavy anchor dropped in the wrong spot can sever a cable in seconds. Earthquakes. Tectonic plates shift under the ocean. When underwater earthquakes happen, cables can stretch, break, or be completely displaced. Choke points. The Suez Canal isn't just a shipping lane. It's a global internet checkpoint. Multiple cables connecting Europe, Asia, and Africa pass through here. If a major incident happens, multiple continents could experience internet blackouts simultaneously. You might have heard the funny rumor that sharks bite these cables. While it sounds like a joke, deep-sea cables emit electromagnetic fields that some sharks mistake for prey, leading them to take a bite. However, the real threat isn't marine life, it's human activity. Massive commercial fishing nets get tangled in cables and rip them apart. Cargo ships dragging anchors cause catastrophic damage. Carelessness, poor planning, and a lack of monitoring are the real culprits. Ironically, the biggest threat to the internet we all rely on is our own behavior. Who actually owns the internet? So, who controls this massive underwater world? The internet doesn't belong to one single country or person. Historically, it's been a mix of telecom companies and governments. But today, the power dynamic is shifting fast. Control is increasingly falling into the hands of private tech giants like Google, Meta, and Microsoft. They aren't just building apps anymore. They are laying their own submarine cables. When the companies that control the content also own the physical infrastructure, the game changes. The one who owns the infrastructure holds the real power. This means the future of the internet might not be an entirely open system. It could become a network where massive corporations decide what runs fast, what runs slow, and what becomes invisible. Spies, privacy, and digital warfare. These undersea cables are also a silent battlefield. While the world goes about its business above, an invisible game of espionage happens below. Countries secretly tap into these cables, decrypt data, and extract valuable intelligence. You might think your private message is secure, but true privacy on this network is an assumption, not a guarantee. If a cable is tapped, your data can be copied and analyzed without you ever knowing. No notifications, no warnings. What if it all breaks? Imagine all submarine cables were suddenly cut. No warning, no backups. The international internet would die instantly. Cross-border data flow would halt. Websites wouldn't load. The banking system would collapse. International transactions, stock markets, and digital payments would freeze. The money would still exist, but it wouldn't be able to move. Communication would break down entirely. While satellite internet exists, it could only handle about 5% to 10% of the global load. Our modern, fully connected world would instantly be thrust into isolation, even if just a single country's internet gets cut off. The results are devastating. The economy freezes, international trade stops, and businesses are cut off from the global market. The country physically exists, but becomes digitally isolated. This isn't just a technical glitch. It's a modern weapon. Internet shutdowns are a form of digital warfare. Today, wars aren't just fought with missiles. Crippling a country's connection can deal massive internal damage without a single explosion. We've already seen glimpses of this when accidental cable cuts caused massive slowdowns across the Middle East and Asia. The internet isn't magic. It isn't an invisible cloud floating in the sky. It is a fragile, physical machine of cables and glass lying at the bottom of the sea. If it ever breaks, it won't just be your Wi-Fi going down. It will be the entire modern world grinding to a halt. If you've watched this far, your imagination and curiosity are way ahead of the average person. You should definitely check out my next video, where we uncover things about Mars you probably never knew. I'll see you there.